Okay, let's unpack this. We've all had that feeling, right? That sudden, like, heart-stopping moment. You realize you're locked out of your place. Or maybe you've just snapped your car key off in the ignition. Or, your trusty key fob has just vanished. It's that moment of just sheer panic where you need help and you need it now. It's not just inconvenient, it can wreck your whole day, mess with your sense of security. So that's exactly what this deep dive is all about today. Our mission really is to guide you through the essential lock and key services right in and around Canary Wharf. We've been looking at comprehensive local service guides. We're aiming to give you shortcuts, basically, to understanding the solutions out there for all your security and access needs. So you can, reclaim control when things go wrong. We want to make you instantly well informed. Skip that frantic, stress-fueled Googling when you're stuck outside.
Yeah, and it's so true. Having access to reliable help in those moments, it's not just about convenience, though obviously that's a huge relief. It's fundamentally about your security, your peace of mind, and just managing those incredibly stressful situations better. So today, we'll be looking at who you should actually call for those urgent emergencies, also where you can get keys cut reliably, how to deal with replacing those complicated modern car keys, and even where you might go to buy new locks if you're thinking about proactively upgrading security at home or the office. We're trying to cover all the bases, really, keep you secure and, well, unstuck.
Absolutely. So let's dive straight into what is probably the most urgent need: the emergency locksmith. You can picture it, can't you? You've rushed out for a big meeting, the door clicks shut behind you, keys on the coffee table, or maybe it's late, pouring rain, and you're just standing outside your Canary Wharf flat, totally stranded. The pressure is just immense. You need someone fast, definitely reliable, and crucially, trustworthy. Okay, and here's where it gets really interesting, maybe a bit surprising if you've ever been locked out before. The standout provider we found for emergency locksmith stuff near Canary Wharf seems to be Locksmith for London. What makes them, well, remarkable isn't just that they offer 24/7 emergency service. It's their response times. Apparently, they can typically get an engineer to you within about 20 minutes of your call, which is staggering. That kind of speed isn't just fast, it feels like a huge advantage. It could drastically cut down the stress and hassle of a lockout. It seems almost like an anomaly in a busy place like London.
That 20-minute window is critical because let's face it, in a dense urban spot like Canary Wharf, you could easily wait an hour, maybe more, for a locksmith usually. That waiting time just makes you feel more stranded, more vulnerable. And think about the logistics needed to consistently deliver that speed across London. It's quite a feat. Beyond just being fast, though, they mention having no call-out fees. That's a big plus when you're already stressed. And their prices starting from around $29, well, that offers some financial transparency, doesn't it? Avoids nasty surprises. Combine that with apparently over 15 years of experience and the fact that their technicians are highly trained and DBS checked. That means they've had UK criminal record checks. It really helps build trust.
Yeah.
You know exactly who you're dealing with, who you're letting near your property or car. That's invaluable.
It really is. That level of assurance counts for a lot. But London's so dynamic. Are there maybe less obvious situations where Locksmith or London's emergency service shines? Beyond just locking yourself out of your flat, maybe for businesses?
Yeah,
Or tricky vehicle issues right in the financial district?
that's a great point. Home lockouts are common, sure. But their emergency cover also includes commercial properties. That's vital in Canary Wharf with all the businesses there. Imagine a shop that can't open because the lock's jammed, or an office needing urgent resecuring after, say, a break-in. They also handle emergency car key problems, which, as we know, often involve more than just cutting a bit of metal these days.
Right. The electronics.
Exactly. It points to a pretty robust setup across the city, letting them switch between different types of urgent calls quickly. And their one-year guarantee on parts and labor. That's not just a standard promise, it's actually a significant thing in this market. Shows they're confident in their work's quality and durability. It means they stand by it, giving you that longer-term peace of mind.
Okay, so crisis sorted. But what about preventing those emergencies? Like just getting a spare set of keys cut. Much less stressful doing it ahead of time, right? A proper proactive step.
Yeah, for convenience, when you just need a key cut, a name that probably comes to mind for many is Timpson. You can find them right inside the Robert Dias shop at the Canary Wharf Shopping Center. Location-wise, that's super accessible. Tube station nearby, lots of buses. Makes it a pretty popular choice for just walking in, getting a quick duplicate of common keys.
Right.
Your standard house key, flat key, maybe some older car keys. It's the sort of place you can just pop into while you're doing other shopping. That's a big plus for busy people.
And that's exactly why Timpson works well in this context. Speed and accessibility, especially for those common, simpler mechanical keys. If you just need a straightforward copy of a standard Yale or Chubb key, their setup inside Robert Dias is efficient.
Quick in, quick out. Precisely. It's designed for convenience. Get your key, get on with your day. But it's worth remembering their focus on speed might mean they aren't necessarily the first stop for, say, more complex keys, high-security keys. Those sometimes need different equipment or more specialized knowledge.
That's a fair point. Good distinction. But if you are looking for an alternative, maybe something offering a broader range of stuff, or perhaps known for a slightly different reputation, then James Shoe Care looks like an excellent option too. They're located at Canada Place, Jubilee Link, London, E14 5AH. What's interesting about them is the variety. They don't just do key cutting. They also handle shoe repairs, engraving, even watch repairs. It feels like a proper multi-service spot.
That's right. And James Shoe Care seems to really stand out for its strong reputation. Often gets higher customer ratings from what we saw. That suggests a certain level of service, maybe a bit more care, that might appeal if you need something more specialized, or maybe you just really value good customer feedback when choosing where to go.
Right, reputation matters.
So for you, listening, it prompts a thought. What's your main priority here? Is it just pure speed and convenience for a basic key? Or are you after a broader service, maybe somewhere highly rated where you get keys cut and something else done? Or where you might expect more specialized attention, maybe for a slightly unusual key? Both Timson and James Shoe Care are good options, clearly, but they cater to slightly different needs and expectations.
Okay, let's switch gears a bit. Let's focus on a very specific, very modern frustration. Lost or broken car keys. Modern cars. Their keys are sophisticated bits of kit now, aren't they? It's not just metal anymore. Losing one or damaging it can be a real headache and potentially a big expense if you go straight to the main dealer, which I think a lot of people do instinctively. So, enter Icon Car Keys. Now, they seem to be a well-regarded mobile service provider. That's key. They come directly to you in Canary Wharf. No need to arrange towing, find lifts, navigate to some dealership miles away. What really stood out from the sources was their ability to program replacement keys for a huge range of vehicle makes and models. This isn't just about cutting the blade, it's handling all the complex electronics inside.
Yeah, and understanding the technology is crucial here. We're not just talking metal cutting.
Yeah.
Modern car keys, especially transponder keys, have that tiny microchip inside. It has to communicate correctly with your car's immobilizer system.
The electronic handshake, right?
Exactly. Without that precise communication, the car just won't start. So programming them is a highly specialized skill. It goes way beyond the simple key duplication. And this brings up an important question for you listening. Do you actually know who you'd call if your car key went missing right now? Is that info handy? Because Icon Car Keys specifically position themselves as a cost-effective alternative to main dealers. What lots of people don't realize is main dealers often have massive overheads, and sometimes you need multiple visits.
Yeah, the hassle factor, too.
Definitely. Mobile specialists like Icon Car Keys, working without that fixed dealership infrastructure, can often provide the same dealership-level programming and parts, but at a significantly lower cost. We're potentially talking hundreds of pounds saved, plus saving you a lot of time and hassle.
That insight into the cost savings alongside the technical expertise is really valuable. And the sheer convenience and reliability of a mobile service like that, you can't overstate it when you're stuck. It gets you back on the road quickly, minimizes the disruption. It's about restoring your mobility and peace of mind efficiently, not just replacing a physical object. All right, finally, let's shift focus one last time. From fixing problems after they happen to maybe being a bit more proactive. Upgrading your security, replacing old, worn-out locks. This is about trying to stay one step ahead rather than just reacting, thinking about your security for the future. So for actually buying new locks, a trusted retailer worth mentioning is Robert Dias. Again, conveniently located in the Canary Wharf shopping center. They generally stock a pretty wide selection of locks and other security products along with all their usual household stuff. So it's a familiar name and accessible place if you want to browse options or if you know exactly what kind of lock you need.
And this is where it's maybe worth pausing and thinking why choosing the right lock actually matters for your security. A decent lock is really your first line of defense, isn't it? It connects directly to your overall safety, your feeling of security. What's interesting is how many people maybe overlook things like the security ratings on locks, the British Standard kite mark, for example.
Or they might just pick one that looks sturdy without checking if it's right for their door type.
Exactly. Common mistakes. So having a trusted local place like Robert Dias with a variety of options, maybe staff who can offer some advice, that's valuable. Whether you prefer ordering online for convenience or actually going in-store to see and feel the products, compare them, having that accessibility just makes it easier to make an informed choice about improving your security. It's not just buying a piece of hardware, it's making a smart investment in your safety, really.
So what does this all mean for you? We've kind of journeyed through the whole landscape of Canary Wharf's lock and key services, haven't we? We've touched on everything, from those urgent, maybe middle of the night lockouts, to getting spare keys cut, replacing those fiddly car fobs, and even thinking proactively about upgrading locks for better security. This deep dive, hopefully, has given you a clearer map, a way to feel more in control of your access and security in, let's face it, a pretty unpredictable urban environment.
And pulling all that together, what becomes clear is that just knowing about these local resources empowers you massively. I mean, you can respond effectively whatever lock or key issue pops up, whether it's a total emergency out of the blue or a carefully planned security upgrade. Understanding the details like why that 20-minute response is so impressive or how a mobile car key service can save you serious money, that's where the knowledge becomes really useful, applicable knowledge.
Absolutely. So as you go about your day, maybe here's a final little thought for you to mull over. Consider your own preparedness. Honestly, do you know exactly where all your spare keys are right now? For your home? Your car? Maybe. Is it time to think about upgrading that slightly dodgy lock on your front door? Or even just finding out what security rating your current locks actually have? Knowing about these resources before you need them can genuinely turn a potential crisis into something much more manageable. Just an inconvenience. Gives you one less thing to worry about in a busy life. Hopefully this deep dive has given you that clear, practical map for your lock and key needs in Canary Wharf, and maybe, just maybe, sparked a little bit of curiosity about the whole world of locks and security too.